tragically killed and martyred in the Riyasi terror attack. That's the latest coming in right now with the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha announcing as gratia to those who have lost their loved ones in a very tragic terror attack that took place. Ishan, I just wanted to ask you, have the security forces taken notice of the sudden spike in terror activities in Poonch and Rajouri, and are they studying, the causes and implications of this shifting trend?
Well, absolutely right. Ever since those incidents of attacks on security forces took place in Rajouri and Poonch, they have been on toes to understand and establish that, how are they operating inside these jungles deep. It's not possible without the help of an overground worker or a local who provides logistical support, foods and supplies. And that becomes a core part of the entire operation. That's why you see several people are generally rounded up in these areas where these attacks take place, and generally they're questioned if they have had any involvement in these attacks, and they find a crucial part of this particular entire unearthing of how the group operates. But let me also tell our viewers that it's important to understand that these militants have also got sophisticated weapons. M4 carbine, which a lot of American forces left behind when they withdrew from Afghanistan, and found its way into Kashmir, something which has been revealed by the forces from time to time, and there have been incidents where M4 rifles have been recovered, which are generally used by the American forces. They have, they've been armed as much as they want. Their job is given. They are tasked out. They are battle hardened, some of them who have been in Afghanistan and been trained there and have fought and are now being sent to this part. Few days back, just yesterday, DGP of J&K Police said that there's a shift from local militancy to foreign militants, where the footprints of foreign militants are growing while the local militants are coming down. But what will eventually happen is that the foreigners are generally trained. Their well sophisticated equipments are given to them. They are told that how to operate them. They are trained, while locals are not trained. So they are more dangerous and they know how to operate in these terrains. And this is the strategy that we have seen also in Afghanistan, where Taliban used to operate inside jungles, into these mountains, and the sort of pattern that we have seen changing in Kashmir also, and also in Rajouri and Poonch, that they operate into these forests and they come out, hit out at the security forces or the civilians, and then they go back into their areas. It's difficult to frisk these areas given the sort of topography that is there. It's difficult to walk on, and then the sort of the gap that was there for several years, that is being exploited. The sending of forces from this particular sector to Ladakh, and something that they explored. But yes, army went together. They tried to formalize and send in more troops were sent to this particular areas like Rajouri and Poonch to make sure that the augmentation of troops happen, and these forces are kept in numbers to make sure that these incidents do not take place. I'll take reverse back to around 2000, when there was a peak of militancy in Rajouri, Poonch and these areas. There's an Operation Sarvanash which was launched by the Indian Army, where a massive searches in these forests were carried out, and then the operation resulted in a decline and number of militants going to almost nil. But then it emerged once again after the abrogation of Article 370, establishing its base. Though they can be small in numbers, but they are in groups. They are well trained. They shoot their every footage that they.
But even recently, Ishan, if you remember, two terrorists were killed in an infiltration bid. I remember you were covering that when that search operation was happening in the areas of Amrohi, Tangdhar and Kupwara as well. So it's worrying, isn't it? The influx of these terrorists into India, the massive infiltration bid that has been happening of late.
Well, absolutely right. That is something where the forces are trying to keep themselves on high alert when it comes to line of control. They're using sophisticated equipments like thermal imaging cameras and other devices to ensure that the infiltration does not take place. There is also a fencing system that they have established, where it's a multi-layer fencing system. Generally, they come with cutters to cut through that fence and then come across and infiltrate. But this time around, the sort of arrangement that the army is trying to make around those areas is something which will become difficult to penetrate through. But this is the time of the year when it's sunny, it's not cold,
yes.
The atmosphere becomes conducive for them to infiltrate and send them across because it doesn't snow anymore. And these areas are again those areas where you don't have a lot of snowfall taking place comparatively to Kashmir. But there are hints and leads in Kashmir as well, like Kokarnag encounter took place. It was happening when the security forces searched on top of a mountain and they established a contact with those militants who were hiding inside that particular natural cave. So yes, there are evidences that they are trying to shift their strategy from cities, going to forests, operating from there, launching attacks attacks heading their back, and the security force are trying to crack it, but there has been limited success when it comes to Rajouri, Poonch, because of these difficult conditions which are prevailing on the ground and the sort of forest cover that is here, that is becoming difficult for the forces to manage here. But yes, there are arrests which have been made by the police in the past in these cases. There are questioning which have been taking place, and you have seen the sort of mechanism that the government has developed. The investigation agencies like NIA, SIA, SIU are trying to crack down on all of these networks so that the funneling and funding of weapons or through narcotics or through cash is stopped and the militancy is brought down as much as they can.
All right, Ishan, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us. A massive search operation, as Ishan was telling us, is presently underway with the security forces also roping in drones because it's a thickly forested area. But all our reporters getting us up to speed with minute-to-minute details and updates coming in from the accident site. Let's just take a look at this report by CNN News 18's Karandeep.
हम इस समय उसी घटनास्थल पर मौजूद हैं जहां बीती कल शाम को आतंकियों की तरफ से कायराना हरकत को अंजाम दिया गया था। श्रद्धालुओं से भरी बस के ऊपर जो है वो हमला किया गया था। ये वही स्पॉट है जहां पर पहली गोली जो थी वो उस चालक को लगाई गई थी जो चालक श्रद्धालुओं से भरी हुई बस को चला रहा था। ये तस्वीरें आप साफ तौर पर देख सकते हैं कि अभी जो है वो सेना के जवान जो है वो अत्याधुनिक हथियारों से लैस होकर के जो है वो अब कहीं ना कहीं सर्च ऑपरेशन को जो है वो अंजाम देंगे। ये जो गाड़ियाँ आप बख्तरबंद गाड़ियाँ देख रहे हैं, ये गाड़ियाँ जो है वो इन गाड़ियों में जो है वो सुरक्षा बल इस समय जो है वो लैस हैं और अब जो है वो पहाड़ों की तरफ जो है वो रुक करना शुरू कर देंगे। ये एक्सक्लूसिवली तस्वीरें आपको नेटवर्क 18 की तरफ से दिखाई जा रही हैं और ये अब ये घना जंगल जो है वो खंगालने की कोशिश करेंगे। लेकिन मैं स्पॉट की कुछ तस्वीरें, कुछ झलकियाँ दिखाना चाहता हूँ। कहाँ पर पहली गोली लगी थी, कितने दूर जाकर के बस चालक ने अपनी तरफ से कोशिश जरूर की थी कि बस को जो है वो सुरक्षित सही ठिकाने तक लगाया जाए, लेकिन हालत जो थी वो काफ़ी ख़राब हो चुकी थी। 9 यात्रियों की मौत हुई है इस घटना में और 33 के करीब श्रद्धालु जो है वो गंभीर अवस्था में हैं। ये सुरक्षाकर्मी आप देख सकते हैं कि अत्याधुनिक हथियारों से जो है वो लैस होकर के अब लगातार जो है वो जंगलों की तरफ रवाना हो रहे हैं और ये बियाबान जंगल जो है वो कहीं ना कहीं आतंकियों को पनाह दिए हुए है। लेकिन अभी तक की जानकारी ये भी सामने आ रही है कि सुरक्षा बलों ने कुछ लोगों को जो है वो अपनी गिरफ्त में भी लिया है, पूछताछ जरूर की जा रही है।
Meanwhile, Rashmi Ranjan, DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, has revealed that nearly 70 to 80 Pakistan terrorists and a few foreign terrorists have entered Jammu and Kashmir, thereby appealing to the locals not to give them shelter or any sort of logistical help.
अब फॉरेन टेररिज्म है। अब आज के दिन में 70-80 लोग आ गए हैं, वहाँ से आते हैं, वो बराबर कोशिश करते हैं आने के लिए। जब आते हैं वहाँ से बंदूक लेके आते हैं, आईडी लेके आते हैं। पिछले दिनों में उन्होंने इलेक्ट्रिक के खंभा उड़ाने की कोशिश करी, तो इलेक्ट्रिक खंभे से तो हम सब लोगों को बिजली मिलती है, आपका बिजली तो आपको भी बिजली मिलता है, आपके टेलीफोन भी उसी से चार्ज होता है। तो वहाँ से लोग पैसा तो लेके नहीं आते हैं, मेडिसिन तो लेके नहीं आते हैं, नौकरी तो नहीं लेके आते हैं, अस्पताल तो नहीं लेके आते हैं बंदूक लेके आते हैं। तो मेरा तो ये गुजारिश रहेगा कि वहाँ आने के बाद जो लोग उनको सपोर्ट करते हैं, चंद लोग हैं, घर में रखने की कोशिश करते हैं, उनको एक जगह से दूसरे जगह ले जाने में उनको मदद करते हैं, छिपाने की कोशिश करते हैं, हम मजबूर हैं उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करने के लिए, सख्त कार्रवाई करने की।
Everywhere, everyone has to condemn, and from my side, I strongly condemn such kind of barbaric action upon the innocent.
Ishan is back with us. Ishan, I wanted to understand from you, when a search operation happens, timing is of importance. You just mentioned that drones have been employed to search the entire area, which has been cordoned off. So a very thorough combing operation is continuing. Who all are part of this exercise, and how much time do the security forces have to trace those terrorists?
There is Indian Army, there is CRPF on the outer perimeter, and then there is J&K Police's Special Operation Group. Let me give you an idea how the search is going on. You will notice that multiple vehicles of the J&K Police and CRPF are stationed here. Multiple teams have been dispatched into these forests or those areas where they believe that these militants might have come from. And that is why the time is of essence, and as much as time is wasted, so they will try to go deep into the jungles and go back to their base, which can be as much as kilometers, 10 kilometers away. For them, they have to escape, but for the forces, they have to look for them, they have to search for them. And that's why gadgets like drones have come handy to see if there is any movement around those areas where they are suspected to be hiding. And also, we have seen army's helicopter hovering around this area, these forests,